Hey everyone, and welcome to day 28 of my horror movie review marathon, and I've got your 28 weeks later movie review. 6 months after the original epidemic and 28 days later, the Rage virus has literally wiped out the UK population. But once the US Army decides that everything's just okay now, they must be right, right? Wrong. Dead wrong. As far as the story goes, a facility is set up so that a group of residents that had arrived can return home, and a couple of those kids within that group who happen to have a dad who's got like the ins and outs of the entire facility, he's got access. These kids decide to run off to their old house that they used to live in, where their mom was left surprisingly alive. They didn't really get into how long she was there, how she managed to stay alive. That is a plot hole, seriously. She has the virus already inside her, except it's not showing any side effects whatsoever. This whole thing triggers a bunch of events that happen, which has everybody scrambling to survive. Now, I feel like this movie definitely had an interesting plot than the last movie did, and I feel like it's far more memorable than the last one, and there's just so much going on that it's almost sickening to watch. I mean, once the whole military gets involved, it is just this huge, like, cliched zombie movie that I feel like not everybody will appreciate, even though there are some typical zombie situations going on. As far as the casting goes, you've got Robert Carlyle, who is the father of these two kids, and he's got like badges. He can go wherever he wants, even to visit his wife who has an infection, and he doesn't apparently know about that, so he's in for a rude awakening later on. I really think that one shot in the movie where he is just running, and that whole, the way it was filmed, I really liked seeing him just like running away from all the infected people. You've got his daughter, played by Imogen Poots, who I feel like this must have been one of her first movie roles. I'm not even sure. But her acting was sometimes laughable, like, especially when she's yelling and screaming, and it's just too much to handle. And don't even get me started on her brother, which I might get into later. You've got Jeremy Renner, who plays one of the American soldiers, and he's definitely, I kept on saying Hawkeye every time. He was just looking through his scope rifle, and he was just badass at times in this movie. You've got Rose Byrne, who plays a doctor who I'm surprised she didn't take more necessary protocols for when, you know, some people were coming in here being infected and all that, so it is really crazy, but I still enjoyed watching her in this movie. And then you've got Idris Elba, who basically plays the, like, military commander, and I think he's kind of awesome as well, even though his role is very small, but he should have been more in charge of his troops, because he should have sent, like, a whole battalion after these infected people, seriously. The things that I liked about this movie, obviously, this movie was definitely scary from the opening scene, which was just really intense, all the way until the end, with some jump scares placed here and there, which I still find to be pretty scary, even though I've seen this movie a million times. You just get this, like, feeling of being trapped with nowhere to escape, like that one scene where everybody is just in this, like, enclosed space when they're, like, quarantined, basically. And there's just tension with all these gory scenes going on, especially when the infected start to come out and cause a lot of chaos. The things that I didn't really like about this movie, now, like I said, that boy is annoying. He is just so stupid. I was like, you know, maybe you should get infected because you are just plain dumb. And it looks as though everyone is just screwed because the military, like I said, there's very few of them, and there's more people than there are military, so they should have gotten their act together with their lack of skills among all these people, and that was just, like, stupid, and I don't know why that was. Overall, I would say that 28 Weeks Later was still a pretty terrifying movie, even though there were some lame parts to it, but I really don't care because at least I enjoyed this much better than 28 Days Later, which I only remember a couple scenes in this movie. and I would recommend checking this out. I don't know why there's some like split opinions about this, but you know, it's okay. I'm cool with that. So I would give this 3.5 hearts on the heart rate scale. So let me know in the comments what you guys thought of 28 weeks later, and come back tomorrow for day 29 of my horror movie review marathon. And as always, you guys can subscribe to my channel. I've got more movie reviews, movie updates, come back every for a Trail Thursday video. You guys can also like me on Facebook and follow me on Twitter, and I will see you guys later.